All right, family. We are now live. We are now live. Thank you for your patience. Got a special guest, the OG. You are in this community. If you were conscious in the 90s, early 2000s, you have heard of this book. I remember when I first bought this book, Ancient Future, in Harlem. I bought it on the streets of Harlem, one of the street vendors. And the book really changed my life. Him talking about the Hermetic principles, me learning about Hermes, Thoth, Jehuti. A magnificent book. I remember, I think I filmed a brother at LIU for Shabazz one time also. I'm not sure. But needless to say, we're going to have a great show. The brother has some very interesting things to say today about what's currently going on. None other, the legend himself, Wayne Chandler.
Ah, the legend. Okay.
Yeah.
You're the legend, brother. You're the legend.
Hey man, I'm thankful for elders like yourself who paved the way and left knowledge and information for brothers like me to pick up on and just to to move with. I had something to move with. Y'all put in like a lot of hard work before the internet era, before all of that. Y'all was in them societies, y'all was in the libraries, so y'all made my work a lot easier, man. I'm eternally thankful for that. And that's why I go so hard with y'all on the program, promoting y'all and everything. Real appreciative, man. How's everything been, my brother?
It's been good. Everything keeps moving. We're in a time where everything is accelerating.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, this whole piece with, I guess I need to, kind of set the tone for this. This object that has shown up in our solar system, which is really got a lot of scientists from NASA to other establishments around the world, scientific institutions, really examining this, looking at this. But they've come to the conclusion, all of them, that, this is a technology, that it's a ship of some kind, of some sort, that has entered our solar system. And some institutes, are very welcoming and very receptive to its presence. And then there are others, that are really fear mongering and really trying to create a just a state of consternation, a state of fear around its arrival. And I work with I don't want to say private, maybe even secret community that's out of Australia. And the woman that heads this community she's an Akashic reader. And most people think of the Akashic records, as your sovereign design. It's what you access that holds all of the records, past, present, and future, of your existence in this realm. I came to understand that there are other Akashic platforms that can be engaged and experienced. And one of those is the Galactic Akash. The other one is the Planetary Akash. And then there is the Akash that we are familiar with, which reflects our own personal endeavors, as we navigate life. So this individual, very, very powerful being, extremely powerful being, and has done work with me in the past, as well as other people that I have introduced her to. And she moves through the galactic Akash and did so to make contact with this particular ship. And that's how I came to know, even though I pretty much surmised that it was a ship, already. But she confirmed that, and she set it up in a way that there were 12 of us, and she set it up so that we could actually ask questions. We had two questions that we could ask these beings on the ship, and it was an amazing
Wait, wait,
night. It
Wayne,
was.
Wayne, Wayne. I need some context. So the sister does Galactic Akash readings, and what y'all was like on the phone, like how,
It was no, we were on Zoom,
on
and what
Zoom.
she did is she channels. They speak through her through the
Okay,
Akash.
like Seth. You ever seen Seth?
I haven't seen Seth, but
Okay,
if you're talking about a channel, then it would be that.
okay.
Yeah.
All
You
right, all
know,
right. Well, good. I just yeah, okay. All right, okay.
so she basically went through each and every individual. Each and every individual put their questions on the table in terms of what they were looking for in terms of answers. Um, I was the last one, for whatever reason, that they called to bring to the forefront. And my question deals with a lot of the insights as usual with respect to how do we develop, how do we evolve, ascend, and break these patterns, especially these genetic imperfections that have been put upon us, um, so that we can become the individuals that we are designed to become. And what would that entail, and how much of what they're bringing to the table at this time is going to assist in that journey? Because a lot of why they are here, when you look at the Hopi legends, there is always the appearance of what's called the Kachina orb. And the Kachina orb is this ship that appears in the night sky just prior to a tremendous amount of change, shifting, which a lot of people will experience as upheaval on a telluric or planetary scale, as well as what's going on individual um, endeavors with respect to personal growth, personal self cultivation, etc. So, what I was given and what I walked away with was just the information of the genetic manipulation that has taken place, and what can be used to like really access and create shifts and changes and
Mm.
new directions and consciousness for us as individuals on this planet at this time. Because the arrival of them, I believe they are Kachina, even though they
All
refer
right.
to themselves as the Akora.
A core. Wait,
The
I'm sorry. You,
Akora.
you you got a recording of this? You told me.
I have a recording.
Okay,
That's what I would,
Why you
with
ain't send it to me?
well, that's what got me late coming on because I was trying to pull it up. You know, I
Shit.
was
Well,
I,
pull
I
it
was
up.
trying to pull up.
Send it to me. We'll wait. Trust me. I know my. Send it to me now.
Well, I can only send you the piece that I did
Yeah, send
because
me that.
other people.
No, Wayne, send me that now. Are you able to send it now?
Let me see if I can break it down and get it to you now. Now,
Yeah.
StreamYard is always an issue. Um, but let's see if we can get it going.
Is it, you know what's interesting, family, about I'm real interested in hearing Wayne say this. A lot of people on the internet, we know this is the perfect opportunity for clout chasing when there's a big topic like this. So 80% of the people on the internet is just on some clout chasing shit. But when the OG called me and the OG of all OG say, yo, I made contact with one of the beings on 3 Atlas, he got my attention. Cause this ain't got nothing. What Wayne ain't is the last thing on brother Wayne's mind is clout chasing. So I know this ain't no young cat. This is the perfect opportunity for me to get some clicks or some views. Nah, it ain't that at all. So I'm really I really want to hear this conversation and participate in this conversation tonight. You know, family. I
Let me see.
got also the show yesterday. Robert Grant apologized for not being able to make it. We're gonna reschedule next week for anybody who wants to know. So I have him on by himself next week. I got a good show lined up tomorrow. I'm not gonna even say the names yet. Um, you say the name, and somebody might not show up, but I got a good show lined up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But Robert Edward Grant will be on next week. Um, y'all know who I need to get on my show. That dude Darius Wright. Anybody got to contact the Darius Wright? Some the black dude Darius Wright. He's like a OB. What do you call that? Near death experience dudes that be on the internet. I want to get him on my show. If anybody got a contact with him, let me know. On the conspiracy side of the OBE, yeah. On the conspiracy side of things, I also want to get in contact with Whitney Webb. That's the she's a white lady. She be dropping like a lot of shit on like the record labels and WikiLeaks and all that shit. Epstein, you know. Somebody said, Radiohead Rich, are you gonna fly to Egypt? Yeah, in 2027. Um 2027 on it with the Egypt trip. Yeah. But yeah, we giving the brother Wayne. If you just tuning in, we giving brother the Wayne opportunity. See if he could send me this video of him making contact.
Basically, what I'm going to have to do is play it through the sound system, but can you hook it up through StreamYard? Because I don't know how to operate StreamYard to play the portion that we need to play.
Uh, I'm trying to figure out. King, how do I tell him to do that from his end? Eh, play it out loud. Let's see if we can hear. Just somebody said play it out loud. Let me see if I can hear. Just press play. Let me see if we can hear it at all.
Can you hear it?
Nah.
Okay.
Uh-uh. You can't just email it to me?
I can't email the whole because I can't.
Oh, you can't play the whole thing, you said, right?
Yeah, I can't. Because every other people have, their questions and answers on this.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, it's all good, Wayne. Just for now, just let us know exactly what took place, what happened, what was talked about, what this. And okay, so you said the name. Let me write this down. The name they call it is what now, Wayne? What you
They
said?
call themselves, well, the ship is called the Akora,
How you
which is Akora, and they refer to themselves as Akorians.
Aquarians?
Right.
Okay. Hmm. It's interesting.
They refer to themselves as the unseen weavers, and they operate through several galaxies, and yeah, so I have my piece that's set up right now, but I mean, if you can if your tech person knows how to like move us in, with respect to the StreamYard technology, then I can play my piece because I have it set up now.
Hey, Wayne, do you see a plus symbol at the bottom of the screen in the middle? A plus symbol, like inside of a computer, it's a plus symbol
Um,
at the bottom.
at the very bottom, yeah, I see a plus.
Click on that
Okay,
and click on share screen.
okay,
Uh, Make sure it says also share tab audio. Make sure that's on.
okay.
In the middle, it should say Chrome tab, window, entire screen. Click on window.
Let's see, entire screen. Okay,
Click on window.
okay.
Now click on share. Let me see if that.
The share button isn't coming live. Um,
Is the
it's the cancel button is live, but
right,
yeah,
right. Do you have is it pulled up and queued up on your desktop? Your
yeah,
It's queued up. Let me see. You clicked on click screen. In the middle, it's just okay. In the middle, when it says window, and then in the all right, on the window, you should see where it says StreamYard Studio. Then there should be another box that says whatever it is. You have to click on that, highlight it.
okay,
Now that share is share active now.
yep,
All right, click on share. Did hold up. You clicked on another window. That you clicked on the on the YouTube window. You didn't click on the you sharing your whole screen. All right, go click on the Akashic connection in the middle at the top. Click on that. I see what you did. At the top, it says Akashic Connect. Click on that. That's her.
yeah,
All right, click on it. Let me see if we can hear it.
yeah. So I mean, that's me.
Did you share the audio?
Yeah, yeah.
The audio's turned all the way up.
Let me.
You might not have shared the audio.
Can you hear it now?
No, it's paused now. Oh no. Oh no. I see you talking. Okay. But no, no, we can't hear it. Um, you may
Uh,
have to start from scratch again. Let's try one more time.
okay.
All right. Let me remove it. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. Click stop sharing. You should see stop sharing at the bottom.
Yeah.
All right, let's try one more time. Click the plus in the middle at the bottom. Then click on share screen. You did that?
Yep.
All right. You should see something that says also share tab audio. Make sure that's
Yeah,
blue.
yeah. I
It's
see
blue
that.
or is it gray?
Uh-huh. It's gray.
All right, that's the problem. Click on it and make sure and turn it blue. Is it blue?
Nope. Let me see something here. Yeah. Okay. So also share tab audio,
Did-
but that's not.
Is it?
It's
You said it's blue or gray? What color is it?
also sharing the tab audio is gray, but
Did you try clicking on it
yeah.
and nothing happens?
Nope.
All right, click on in the middle where it says window. You clicked on window.
It's on window now.
Now, what do you see in the middle of that of the blue area? What do you see in the middle there?
In the middle of the blue area, I see a miniature of us, basically.
All right, you know what it is, Wayne. You have that in the same. You have to make that a separate. It's not on your desktop. You have it pulled up on the internet. So I see what the problem is. Yeah, it's pulled up on the internet.
I got you. Okay.
I thought it was pulled up on your desktop. If it was pulled up on your desktop, it would be a separate window. Some people
Okay.
say maybe it's your headset. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a headset, but we could try. We could try, family. We'll give that a try. We'll give that a try. Take off your headset for a second, Wayne.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me without the headset.
I can't hear you without the headset.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll leave it on then. Leave it on then. It's all right. Let's just vibe.
Okay.
Let's just
Let's
yeah.
let's go ahead and yeah, So good intentions. Good intentions.
I wish I could have you send it to me real quick. No, but you still all right. No, even if you do that. All right, let's just vibe. All right, so Wayne, it's all right, family. Well, maybe it wasn't, time to hear that, but damn, I wish I would have knew you had. I would have prepped with you early. I didn't know you had that. Damn, Wayne.
Yeah, that's why I dropped that email to you early so that we could, set it up. Um, so
The Corians.
the Accordions, and let's talk about the crux of what it is that I find to be exciting and in terms of the information invaluable because of the times we're in and where we're getting ready to go and how this factors in to individual practices, how this factors in to qigong. you know
I
um
want to hear all the questions you asked him first, Wayne. Let me. I need to give. I need a play by play, Wayne. Like, tell me everything, everything.
um my first question, was in terms of things that are taking place or that are predicted, prophesized, if you will, to take place. Um, One of those are earth changes. I wanted to know how severe the earth changes are going to be. The second question that I asked was in terms of the genetic dumbing down, of humanity. What can we do to bypass that and just lock back into our wholeness, in terms of who and what we were originally designed to be? And what I found to be exciting and very informational about that was a lot of what they said I had in my book, Ancient Future. It's in the back. in the footnotes. And one of the things that they brought to light was this whole idea of when this dumbing down process took place was about 200,000 years ago,
Mm.
right? That's the date that has been given us.
Hmm.
And Braden, Greg Braden, everybody knows, who Braden is. He talks about when this was done, how this was done, how they took chromosome 2, which carries about 1,200 different genes, and how that chromosome was taken out of the body and was fused with these telomeres in the gene pool so that the chromosome was now corrupted. And the chromosome being corrupted, um, if I can, let me see, using this, okay, get an idea. So this is the chromosome. Now, a telomere was put on this end of the chromosome, on this end of the chromosome, blocking the flow of energy that should be moving and basically enlivening every aspect of our being, of our mind body awareness, which allows us to expand consistently in consciousness, to develop ourselves and grow on a variety of different platforms and planes. So once this was done, then we became very fragile entities. And instead of having the kind of longevity that was part of our nature by design, we were given 120 years max to live. So we know this, but we don't really think about it because in the mid 90s to late 90s, they did radioactive isotope studies on the organs in the human body, and they found that the skin regenerates every 3 weeks, the stomach regenerates every 5 days, the liver regenerates every 6 weeks, the skeletal structure regenerates itself every 3 months. Now, if that held accuracy, then why do we age? Because basically, in every year, a year's time, the body has regenerated itself 97%. But yet, we don't really see that happening. We don't live that out as an experience because at the age of 27 years, the body begins to die. All of the systems that operate within our body become compromised, and the level of vitality that feeds into our longevity is stifled completely, totally. And from that point on, it's a downhill, trajectory that takes us into old age and various states of debilitation. Now, what is profound and what was revealed to me was within our bodies, we have a bioresonant technology that is referred to as the microbiome. Most people identify and associate gut health with a strong gut microbiome, but that's just a fraction of what the microbiome is designed to be and do. It functions purely and completely on vibrational frequency. So, any kind of vibrational frequency or resonance that we encounter directly impacts our microbiome. So,
Wait,
for
wait, wait.
yeah,
So hold up. So they were talking to you about the microbiome,
they they
specifically.
they talked to me about the microbiome. They talked to me about the microbiome and its connection and affiliation, its association with consciousness, and how we can begin to set up this internalized pattern of breaking this 200,000 year, dysfunction genetically that we've been exposed to and corrupted with.
Okay. Um. Now, did you ask them what they were doing here, or did somebody else ask? If you, I don't know if you could.
Yeah, they're here. They're here to begin the transformation and the metamorphosis of this planet and everything that is on the planet. So their directives, like right now, the Asian astrophysicist, I forget his name, but he made a statement. He released a video yesterday making a statement that all major technological systems on the planet have shifted. And he traces this shift, connects this shift back to them. So these are some of the things that are taking place, but there's also the human factor that is on the table with respect to transformation and an upgrade of consciousness. And this upgrade takes place through the microbiome because the microbiome is pure frequency. The microbiome is like when we eat, we don't eat. The microbiome is what eats. And it deals with the dynamics of frequency that we either put in our body or we come in contact with in every way, shape, form, and fashion. All aspects of the human body have their own microbiome. The skin, the eyes, as well as the gut, the brain, our nervous system, all function with their own individual microbiome, but yet those individual constructs are in constant communication with each other. So when you talk about, for example, to show you how sensitive the microbiome is, people that wear polyester clothing, underwear, shirts, t-shirts, whatever. Once you put the polyester or any other man-made fabricated fabric on your body, it disrupts the frequency of the microbiome. Anytime you have a altercation of some kind, anytime you get angry, anytime you're having issues with your significant other, it disrupts the frequency of the microbiome. So when we look at the organs that have emotional connections, to uh, various levels of resonance, anger, fear, depression, all of those organs are responding to signals that are being given off by the microbiome. The microbiome dictates exactly what those organs, are going to deliver or put out, and how that's going to affect the body mind. So the microbiome functions on a 128 hertz. When you take Qigong, the different aspects of Qigong, and you're moving energy through your body, you are directly impacting the frequency of the microbiome. And even if there are certain things and certain ways that you are now living, which are a detriment to yourself, holistically, using the association, the affiliation between Qigong and your own microbiome will neutralize a lot of the negative and toxic effects of lifestyle. And that's just profound. So it's about where we look and what we're looking at with respect to vitality and longevity, and what it's going to take to beat back this genetic and chromosomal corruption that we've been exposed to.
Amazing, amazing. Um, what else? What else did you talk? How long was this conversation you had while this lady was channeling? How long was
The
the conversation?
the conversation was probably about maybe 20 minutes. The one piece the one piece that was enlightening for me was that when she brought me on, or when they brought me on to communicate with me, she smiled and she said, "They know you."
Mm.
And, you know, that was kind of a mind blower for me. And she said, not only the one person that you're communicating with, but everybody on the ship, they know you. And so I looked at that, and that brought to light a reality for our community, in the sense that we're so much older than what we could ever imagine, you know? And if you look at, and anybody can do the research on this, there's a nuclear power plant in Gabon, the remnants of it that are still left.
Mm.
It dates back 2.5 million years.
Mm.
So we go back,
A long time.
even though this dysfunction was put upon us 200,000 years ago, that's nothing for us.
Right.
And we all have been like great individuals. in previous incarnations, but we've been dumbed down
Mhm.
200,000 years ago. It was a dumbing down of us so that we cannot remember who and what, not only what we were and who we were, but what we accomplished in those various incarnate states of being. So I stop and I think about things that have happened to me that I can associate with some level of previous, like just accomplishment that is out of the box accomplishment that I think everybody has to some degree or another, varying degrees. And anybody right now who is stepping up and stepping out of the box that they have been put in, or even attempting to step out of this box, has the insight to look back on who the possibility of who and what they have been and were in previous incarnations, because they more than likely were very outstanding entities, very accomplished sentient beings. And that's what I took away from that. I mean, if Phil had been on, they would say, I know you. You know, if you had been on, they would say, I know you, you know, um, because of what it is you're doing in the world. And I think what it is that individuals that are trying to really distance themselves from the whole manipulation, global manipulation, spiritual manipulation, of consciousness that's taking place right now, you're attracting a certain resonance to yourself, you know?
Mhm. Hey Wayne, did you or anybody else on a video ask him about artificial intelligence?
No, but
No.
we have one more session, and I have a couple of questions that I again am going to ask, and that can be one of them.
Do you think that lady would she be willing to come on the show?
I can ask. Yeah,
Would I be able to join in on the session to ask some questions as well?
I can ask.
Tell her that's what I do for a living. I ask questions. So I would love to interview some extraterrestrials. You know what I'm saying? I ask questions for a living. Yeah. Let me. When is the next session? The last session.
um, she'll send out like a link. She'll send out an email to let us know when it's going to be.
Uh huh. Wow, that's interesting. Any other questions you could think of that you asked during that session?
That was it for me. You know, um, there was a brother on there who asked a very specific question because the deep thing is that it wasn't just like an oration. It wasn't just speaking back and forth.
Mm.
They also allowed us to um, identify different areas in our body that needed work, and they worked on us.
Oh,
So
what's that like? They call that psychic surgery or something like that.
it could be put in that category. It was definitely, I just called it cosmic surgery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, one of the brothers who was on the podcast or on this transmission, uh, that was his question was, I've had a nagging hip that has bothered me throughout my life, and I can't seem to get rid of it. And so they actually took him back to the transitional period between Lemuria
Wow.
and Atlantis as to when this actually happened and entered into his biopsychic field.
Mm.
And they worked on it and removed it. And he was, I mean, he teared up, the brother teared up.
Damn, Wayne, I gotta be in on this next session, Wayne. You gotta put me down. I gotta see what's going on, Wayne. I gotta see what's going on.
I'll put it out there, my brother.
Wow.
I'll put it out there. I wish I could, play this piece, man. But like you said, I guess it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that would have been mind blowing for the audience to actually hear this.
Man, I'm trying to think if there's still a way. I'm gonna think while we talk. So Wayne, did they say how long they're gonna be in our solar system? Did they mention about or
They'll be here.
think about our governments, or did they mention any?
Changes are going to be put in effect um, up through into the new year. So the most intense periods for personal cultivation and internal shifting is going to be between the dates of November 11th to December 11th. That's the most intense period. But even after that, up into the end of the year, moving into the winter solstice, that there will be major shifts and changes because they're laying the basis for upheaval and change that is going to dominate 2026. 2026 is going to be a game changer.
Mm,
That's when everything really begins to take off, and the level of intensity that is going to manifest itself in 2026 is going to be, unfathomable.
mhm. Did anybody there ask him anything related to black people? Any did race come up at all in the conversation?
No, most of the questions that were asked were questions about their own individual journeys,
Right, right.
and how they could make those journeys more succinct, better, more fluid.
Mm, mhm,
And what could they do to get these obstacles out of the way that they were encountering in their daily life.
mhm. Indeed. Do you do channeling yourself, Wayne? Have you ever?
I play around with it a little bit, but it's not something that I've really dedicated, even though I need to.
Yeah,
There was a sister that I've done some radio work with, Miss Blue.
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did a piece with her on one of her programs, where people came on and I picked up and channeled issues that they were going through and how to rectify those.
Hmm. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, give me some questions in the chat. We're talking with Wayne about 3 Atlas. He participated in a Galactic Akash channel. Is that what you would call it?
That's what I would call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think it's quite interesting. Like I said, fam, this is the OG talking. So it ain't no dude on the internet clout chasing. So that's why I entertain these type of conversations. I know we're gonna get something. I'm not sure. I know we're gonna get something solid out of it. I know we're gonna get something real solid out of it. That microbiome piece, that microbiome piece was real interesting, Wayne. Real interesting. Uh somebody said change. Somebody said, is there any kind of change to expect, or do we just got to be ready for it?
Now that's a really great question. Um, this is what I how I would answer that. Know that change is inevitable, and that change we're in change, but the changes that you're going to see, the intensity of those changes are right around the corner. You're going to experience change. How you get ready for those changes, you know, the only way out is in. So, how you prepare for the changes, is to deal with the spiritual refinement, energetic refinement, and connectivity between you and source consciousness. What happens when you do that is you create a frequency that engulfs you, that moves you onto a different timeline. Now, that doesn't mean you disappear, but what it means is that when upheaval and chaos surround you, you're immune to that because you are now functioning and vibrating on a different timeline. And so, for me, in terms of what I would suggest, is if you have, your personal practice, um, to really now begin to get deep into that practice, because it's going to be that practice that's going to shield you and create the necessary bridge for you to cross to be in balance and in synchronicity with the changes that are taking place. It's all about synchronicity now, and that
Mm,
has to come from within.
indeed, indeed. All right, let's get to another question. Um, hmm. Real quick, when we got to pick back up with all of this being said, with the Patreon and the qigong practices. Remember 2 years ago, we was doing the qigong on Patreon, so I definitely want to pick back up on that. That was real beneficial, and I didn't keep up with it. I ain't gonna lie. After we stopped doing, I forgot what happened. I think I had my lady got pregnant, and that's kind of got busy, tied up. But
Let's do another workshop, man.
yeah, we might. I got to get you in person though. We got to do an in person workshop. I got to get you down to
We
ATL or something, man.
we can do that too. Either or, because based on the information I've received, I mean, moving qigong, because qigong is a frequency modulator. It's an energetic inroad directly into our microbiome. I
What?
mean, it enlivens the microbiome, and the microbiome is life itself.
That hits different for me now because I'm studying how to play analog synths and sound design. So when you said frequency modulation, it that takes a whole new meaning for me right now than it would have 3 years ago. That's deep. You saying qigong is a frequency modulation? I get that. I
Yeah.
totally get that now in a way that I didn't years ago. Wow. Okay. But let's get to a couple of more questions. Let's get to this is this is good stuff, y'all. It's really time to go within and really tap into these powers that we got. Somebody said, wait, hold on. Well, what are your thoughts on the Miami Mall alien invasion last year? You heard about that, Wayne?
It kind of glossed over, my awareness, my field of awareness, but it wasn't something that I held on to, you know. But I was mindful about it. I was aware of it, and I mean, for me personally, it pales in comparison to what we're really dealing with now with the three eye atlas
Hmm.
experience. It pales in comparison.
Indeed.
You know, um, one of the things, if I can also throw this in, is my retreats. Because I'm doing a retreat in Cambodia in March,
Wow.
and it's going to be all about the focus is qigong and the microbiome. That's the focus.
Mm, damn. Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful, man.
Yeah, it's going to be off the chain, and Cambodia holds incredible history for our people.
That's where Anchor Watts is at.
Yep,
Okay. Yeah.
yep.
Incredible history. Yeah. Somebody want to know what are your thoughts on about Jesus? We got a Christian in the chat, and they want to they want to know.
I mean, what are my thoughts? I mean, he's supposedly in the White Brotherhood, with the other avatars and beings of great repute. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Indeed, indeed. All right, let's somebody said so the microbiome is the spaceship like the transmitter.
the microbiome is us. It's what allows us to either connect or disconnect from every environmental frequency that we are exposed to. So if you eat the wrong things, it impairs your microbiome. So it becomes a responsibility for you to figure out, find out, discover what the microbiome needs to maintain its ultimate and optimum frequency so that you walk with that same kind of vibrational field around you. That's the microbiome. It's everything. Literally, the microbiome is everything.
I read in a book when they actually said that the aura was the microbiome.
Yeah, the
The aura
microbiome discharges
discharges, yeah.
the auric field.
Or feel, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I found that quite interesting. That wow, that's some powerful stuff. Um, what are your thoughts on this? So much a hot topic on the internet now when it comes to health, Wayne, is parasites in the body. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on parasites in comparison to what you're talking about with the microbiome?
I think parasites definitely have an effect on the microbiome. The thing with the microbiome, if you're doing other things that engage and enliven the microbiome creates and I don't want to say dispels, but creates and delivers the necessary antibodies, nutritional compounds that, phagocytes, things of that nature to go in that are exogenous, that are exogenous to like really go after parasites, parasitical organisms that are in the body because like one of my friends and students, um, Max, he's really into uh, parasites, and I say, well, don't you think that we might be able to escape parasitical infestation to varying degrees? No, you can't escape it. So it's a matter of, like, again, like for a lot of other things in our reality, we have to be abreast of what's taking place on the inside of our body mind and not take things for granted, which means that we have to stop and do specific things to address parasitical infestation.
Indeed. Next question. Did you ask when 3R Atlas is going to actually make contact with the human race?
No, I didn't ask that, but I can ask that next time.
All right, all right. Somebody asked, where did the Atlas come from? You said well, you said they're Aquarians.
They're Aquarians. They come from the oldest part of our galaxy, and the ship that they're in has been measured in time to be 10 billion years old.
That's what they said.
No, that's what a group of um, astrophysicists that basically identified all of this, that's what they said.
Ooh,
They,
Michikaku.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He says, based on where the ship originated and the age of that part of the galaxy, the time space travel or continuum to move from there to where they are now, they feel that the ship is about 10 billion years old.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, this is some
But let me hit you with this real quick. In the back of Ancient Future, you know, what it says with respect to just the age of various cycles that we've undergone. So these are some of the things that have been found in various excavations around the world. So there was a shoe print in shale that was found that dated back to the Cambrian period of 590 million years ago. There was in Oklahoma, was discovered in a coal mine, was discovered a cup, and this cup dated back to the Carboniferous period of 360 million years ago. Metallic tubes from France date to the Cretaceous area of 144 million years ago. And then you have, which I feel is one of the most exciting discoveries, was this man by the name of Clifford L. Burdick. He's a geologist, and in the state of Texas, was moving through a dried riverbed uh, in the Paluxy River Basin. And he came across these footprints of this, as he stated, formidable human being, that based on the depth and size of this footprint, this being that these feet were attached to was about at least 9 to 10 feet in height. But the deep thing about this discovery was that next to his footprints were the footprints of a dinosaur. And these footprints walked together for several feet before they disappeared under the earth.
Wow.
So that's why I say, we have been on this planet for a very, very, very
Very long
long
time.
period of time.
Damn. Wow. I wonder, yeah, when you think about it like that, how long we've been on this planet, how many have you ever done a past life regression?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What was
definitely.
that like? What did you find out if you don't mind sharing? If you don't mind sharing.
I found out that I was a high priest on Atlantis,
Mm.
and that I've been a not necessarily a priest, but and not a king, but a prince in early Kemet. You know, I was a prince,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I've had. If I tell you the most, I mean, saying things like this to an audience is really deep because I've never really talked about these things to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that was revealed to me was that, and this is deep, I mean, this is real deep, but that I was Hannibal, in a past life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
and
Wow.
what was really deep about that is that I had gotten that regression right after or soon after I had written this piece for Ivan Van Sertima's journal called Great Black Leaders
Yeah.
on Hannibal.
Oh shoot.
I had written it on Hannibal, and it was a channeled work.
Damn.
And Van Sertima wrote in the book, because he sends out a copy of the book to everybody who contributed, and he wrote in the book, "This is the greatest piece that's ever been submitted to the Journal of African Civilizations."
Mm.
That's what he wrote in there.
Mm.
And so, I put things like that together, and it's not even just my experience, it's insight for everybody because we all have been dumbed down. All of us have been dumbed down. We've all occupied positions of, immeasurable greatness. All of us, you know,
Mm-hmm.
especially, and I like to focus in on those individuals that are doing stuff. They definitely, have been dumbed down.
Mm-hmm.
This thing that took place 200,000 years ago is just a drop in the bucket for
Mm.
how we've operated and lived on this planet, man. It's nothing,
Mm.
you know.
It's just a flash.
It's just a flash.
Wow. Damn, man. This. Yeah, man. It's such a perception. It's like really opening up all of our perceptions about who we are, what we've gone through, things we complain about on a day-to-day basis. Like imagine complaining and thinking about how you've lived down here for billions and billions of years. It makes your complaints seem so insignificant. Like I've been here billions of years and I'm complaining about traffic. Like it's all right. It's nothing to get mad or angry or upset
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
It really just changes your whole thought process, man.
yeah. That's real rap. That's real rap. Yeah.
What wow, I don't even know where to go with this one, man. It feels good in a way. It feels good to hear things like this. We got to do a part two, Wayne. I gotta get down with y'all on this on that session, and we got to come do a part two, Wayne. We got to do a part two. Tell them that tell them that the 363 Empire wants to talk to them, and we got to come back on here and talk about it, man.
I'm gonna put it out there, man. I'm gonna put it out there and see what response comes back. Definitely.
Indeed, indeed. That's powerful. I really love and appreciate that. And I think that I gotta call you on the phone. We definitely gotta talk about setting up how we're gonna set up something with these qigong exercises. I told you I've been doing the horse stance a lot lately, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that work on the microbiome, the horse stance?
Any one of those types of, because see, let me, and this when you told me about that, remember we talked about the horse stance and we talked about like just having your back flush up against the wall like you're sitting in a
Like you said,
chair,
yeah.
but there's no chair.
That
So what
shit,
this, yeah,
man.
yeah, what that does, it creates
But this
an internal pressure which engulfs all of the organs and glandular system of the human body. So the longer you can
I'm
sit like that
I'm
up
gonna do it for
against
the
the
family.
wall,
I'm gonna do it for the family, Wayne.
go ahead, man, lock
I'm gonna
it
do
down
I'm gonna
so
do it
they
for
can
the family.
see. Yeah, so they can see.
Oh shit.
Because I guarantee you,
Whew, shit.
probably maybe 1%, maybe 2% of your listening audience would be able to sit like that in that position, for more than 2 minutes. Maybe.
I can't talk because it's gonna take I can't talk right now. It's taking energy, man.
Yeah, man. But the energy that you feel that is a measuring stick for that practice is putting more chi energy into every organ and system in your body. So the longer you can sit like that, the stronger you become internally. All your organs, all your glands vibrate on a much higher frequency and level just sitting like that. And always apply your tongue connection.
So don't have my mouth open while I'm doing it.
No, man, connect your tongue
Oh
because that
shit.
because that generates more energy flow.
Whew, Wayne, man. So do that every day, Wayne? Oh shit.
Every day. Every day.
I ain't getting no prep. I ain't getting no prep for that. You ain't tell me we was gonna be doing that today, Wayne. Um. So you say every day for about how long? Just as long as we could
As
go.
long as you can hold it, I mean, you want to start off low, stay in it for maybe about a good solid minute, and from being in it a minute, because a minute is going to seem like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
1 minute is going to feel like
No,
15.
it did that was I was shit. That felt like
Yeah. So if you can stay in there for 1 minute and then work up from that, to about 5 minutes, I mean, that's Superman status.
so. That is the most one of them. That's even better than the horse stance. That right there. That's like okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Now what about? And I talked to you about this. What about the long term squats? Like just really squatting for a long time.
Squatting is one of the best things you can do for the human body.
I gotta squat now. You see, we gotta really do this, family. It's really, really time that we tap in. Let me see if I could get on my squat hit game here, Wayne. I could squat for a while now, Wayne. I'm good at this.
That's where it is.
How
That's
long
where it is.
squatting for, Wayne? How long we supposed to be squatting for, Wayne?
As long as that's comfortable. Like people in Asia, that's just a natural sitting position for them.
But Wayne, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
My heels don't touch the floor when I squat.
Where you want to get your heels to the floor eventually.
Okay, that'll happen eventually.
Yep.
Okay.
Stretch out that Achilles heel.
Now, what about people that are worried? I know I'm not in my 20s no more, Wayne, about our knees. Is that a
It's
concern?
gonna it's gonna make you stronger. Your knees are gonna get stronger. Your hips are gonna get stronger. Your the muscles in your thighs are gonna get stronger.
Right.
That's why it's such a healing practice, to incorporate into your everyday regimen.
Now, is there any way we supposed to have our arm? Because I'm like leaned over a little bit. Are we supposed to like sit up? Should I sit up more erect, or is it cool?
The more flexibility you acquire in that particular position, you can come to this.
Okay,
Yeah.
just like that, huh?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Yeah, this is cool. So, how long you could do one of these for, Wayne? I'm about to get up now.
I can,
Oh,
because I've been doing those, man, for most of my life. I started studying yoga in 1970, 71, and that's when I learned how to do that. I
okay,
learned how to sit like that probably 72, 73.
right. So we should squat every day and do the
Yep,
back up against the wall every day.
yep, yep, yep.
And
That'll change your life.
you gonna have you man, you're gonna be a busy man next year, Wayne. You gotta teach us a lot of this stuff, man. We oh, and one thing I want to talk to you about, me and you talked about on the phone. I don't think you touched on it tonight. What does all of this have to do? Because now this is just a hologram, right? But our true nature is our fourth dimensional self. So what does all of this, my back up against the wall squatting, what does all this have to do with my true fourth dimensional self, Wayne?
Because that's what shifts you back into your true fourth dimensional self. Everything that we do, that's why I love Qigong so much, is because Qigong
Yeah,
literally shifts you back into your 4D. That's what it's designed to do. And in doing that, it's breaking that code that has been implanted in us to limit who and what we are. So all of what we do should be about moving us out of this three-dimensional construct
yeah,
back into our 4D.
right, right. Now that was fun, y'all. That was fun. We got to do this. Wow, we got to do this much more often. Damn, man, I wish you lived down in Atlanta, Wayne. I wish, I wish you lived down in Atlanta, man. Oh man, because we the melanated folks, we need this in our life, Wayne. We don't really participate in this the way we should.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out. I'm gonna take about two more questions, then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna come back for part two though. Me and Wayne, real soon. Um, let me see what else y'all talking about. Uh, okay, somebody said because you was talking about the microbiome a little earlier. Somebody said, "What about lambda phage? What role does it play? It's a bacterium.
What role does it play in respect to
The microbiome, I
the
guess.
microbiome?
Yeah.
I can't say. I can't speak on that. What's its role in the body?
I'm trying to look it up now. I don't even know what to say. I heard that name. Is, hmm. I know panic. used to talk about that. Because he used to talk about the microbiome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, fam. If y'all know, let me see if they talking about it in the chat. Uh, yeah, Judy K. King. Yeah, Judy K. King. Yep. And I just was looking at her material the other day too. I was just looking at her material the other day. Yeah. Uh,
What's its relevance? What is it supposed to do in the
what
human
the
body?
lambda phage
Yep.
right here says lambda phage has been crucial in developing modern genetics and molecular biology. For example, discovery of genetic recombination mechanism, development of cloning vectors,
Okay.
modified
Okay.
DNA was used in early genetic engineering.
Yeah. Okay. So what I use to access that body of information is through CRISPR technology. CRISPR technology is gene editing,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the type of technology that I source and get a lot of my information from the CRISPR information base.
Mhm. All right. All right. Somebody said, no. Have you studied Michael Wynn's Qigong?
Um, I do some of his qigong. I have students that have gone and trained with him, and one of my qigong teachers, they actually get together every season in the spring before summer, and actually do a series of workshops together down in North Carolina.
Hmm.
But yeah, Michael was tight, because he really was the springboard for my teacher Montauk Chia. It was Michael Wynn and Montauk that really wrote the first book called Cultivating Male Sexual Energy. But in actuality, it was Michael that did all of the groundwork, the writing, translation. I mean, he really kind of wrote the book because Montauk, wasn't down with the English language. So, and he went to Michael because, Michael was so adept and involved, in the Taoist practices in Qigong.
Hmm. Indeed.
Michael's very tight. He's very tight.
All right. All right. Last question, Wayne. Can we communicate with trees by touching them, and what should
Yes,
we ask them?
yes, yes. I mean, just like the microbiome of your body, your skin has its own microbiome, you know, and the microbiome of plants and trees, is very active and alive. So when as soon as you go up and you make contact, you have established a communique that the trees will react to.
Hmm. Indeed. Indeed. All right. Can you? Somebody said, can you do a fast qigong daily routine?
A fast qigong daily routine. You mean like fast every day
Yeah, like
for a certain period of hours?
I don't
Is
know what.
that is that what they're asking?
I'm thinking they meaning like a quick 15-minute routine, get it over with, and you
Oh, okay. Yeah, fast, accelerated.
yeah, accelerate.
Uh, this is the thing. Any practice that you do that is a measuring stick for internal development, you're going to get benefit from. The longer you can be in it, of course, the more benefit you're going to acquire and get from it. But yeah, if you can give yourself 15 minutes a day, that's better than not giving yourself anything.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you, you can go to my website, which is WayneBChandler.com. And there's a lot of information, direction on Qigong on that site.
Right, right. Yo, Wayne, that exercise you showed me where you put your back up against the wall and act like you sin, that'd probably be super powerful if you did put your back up against the tree in the grass, huh?
No question.
That'd be damn. Wow.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
You might communicate with 3R Atlas immediately you do some shit like that, man. Wow. Yeah, I guess with that being said, we've been on here for about an hour and a half. Very interesting show. Very, very interesting show. Wayne, I want to get you on here again in about a week or so. Maybe we can have one show where we show the people what some of the things we showed them on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Show them a couple
Well,
of
this is the thing. What's the most important right now with respect to Qigong would be the sitting practices. And the sitting practices are divided into two camps. So the first is the sitting sequence that literally builds and generates energy. The second is the sitting sequence that moves that energy and circulates it through the human body and connects and integrates with the microbiome.
right, right.
That's how we would work that.
Got you. Excellent, excellent. All right, hey man, Wayne. With that being said, my brother, I want to thank you once again.
Thanks for having me, man.
So, I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Okay.
I gotta get in on this session, and I want to see, if I'm able to make it. But I'm gonna call and remind you tomorrow. But I'll give you a call tomorrow, Wayne, and I thank you for coming on the show, my brother.
Hey, like the spinners, I'll be around.
Indeed. All right, brother. All right, peace.
Okay, peace.
All right. All right, family. That's it for that show. That was a great show. Very interesting show. I'm glad I was able to do that exercise, man. It feels good. That's something that I'm gonna put that in my everyday daily routine to do that. And yeah, things are shifting around here, y'all. Things are shifting around here. Things is changing. It's turning up. I'm gonna drop my light over here. But I gotta show them all. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. I'll be back. What's going on with y'all though? Yeah, that qigong is when he said it's frequency modulation. That is important. Let me see. Akora. Yeah, I'm gonna look up Akora, see if I see anything on the internet tomorrow about Akora or the Akorians, So I'm gonna look that up, but I'll be back tomorrow, family. Somebody said, brother, I ordered cigar. Appreciate it. Thank you. As always, if you haven't, make sure you get you one of those. That's something that's real good as well in terms of communicating with your fourth dimensional self. Somebody said, Rich, do you follow the real? I don't even know who that is, so I don't follow. No, I don't follow it. Somebody said, Rich, do you follow the real Boho Bay? Nah, I never heard of her. So I'll look into her. I never heard of her. Yeah, never heard of her. All right. But everybody have a good night. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, 9:00. All right. Make sure y'all tune in. All right, family. Have a good night. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in, family. Peace and blessings.